if the White Sox lose the division, I'll be the biggest mouth in this town.
So many fake tough guys. I'm tough. Let me be a tough guy, knock out a couple guys in spring training. I got married. The world is upside down. The number one bachelor in Chicago got married.
You know why the White Sox fans love me? Because I give my heart.
Oh, wow. That just got emotional.
Wow.
This could be the best episode of Being Guillén ever. Welcome back to Being Guillén. It's an honor to be back here on NBC with Mr. Ozzie Guillén, the legend, and One Guillén.
The non-legend.
Little mini legend.
The legend.
So it was brought up to my attention by fans on Twitter and a couple people that they actually forgot our accent on our last name on the TV guide. I will be honest to say this. I have never put an accent on my last name. I am the worst grammatical person, not only in Spanish, yet in English I can't spell. But were you guys too surprised about the backlash?
Not at all. I'm 35 years old and I have never once put an accent over my E over my last name. So either way you pronounce it, I'm still Latino. It is what it is. I didn't care about it at all.
I can't even pronounce Guillén all the way to last year. Guillen. I can't even pronounce that. Back in my, I didn't care about it, man. I'm proud to be Latino. It's always thing. I don't play that game.
Well, I was just excited to be on NBC, so let's just leave it at that. Up first, friends of the family, the who's who of Chicago, and today's special one is Mike Ditka. I want you guys to share your favorite Mike Ditka stories.
I mean, we used to go with Mike and his family to the Arlington racetrack when it was around, and every time I'm like, if it's good enough for Coach to bet the horse, I'm betting the horse. I lost 3 in a row. He goes, you might want to stay away from me. So I was like, you know what, Mr. Dick, I think you're right. But it was always a good time. I mean, good food, good drinks, but he bets a lot. And I took a lot of losses with him.
It's funny because you know his wife's very funny. She loved to do jokes. I got a good one from Mike, Coach. When we was in ESPN, we talk about it. It was against players, former players being hurt, sick, and nobody cared about him. He was a big time union pushing to get better life for them.
Oh, like better benefits, yeah.
Yeah, better benefit. Then I told her, I say, Ozzie, if I know we can make so much money doing this stupid thing, talking on TV, I never play football. And I said, Coach, the only reason we are here is because we play.
Yeah.
Because you are my papi, Coach Dick,
and they got those rings.
And it's funny because you know what? You're right, but this man, he gave me something very special. I still have in my house, cigars. He made some Camacho cigar with his name on.
Big cigar smoker.
And I asked him, can I have one? His wife come out, give me one. Diana, give me one. I sent her address, and all the son, like a week later, had a box of cigar. I even touched it. And the one he was smoking, I take out of the trash, the
and said, let's put this in a little lockbox.
Yeah. I take it, put it in a
little baggie.
And I still have it here in my house in Chicago.
So Ozzie Sr. has a smoked Mike Ditka cigar, which is probably one of the coolest memorabilia ever.
Winning in Chicago is a big deal, and it doesn't happen as often as people think it happens in cities like Boston or with Bill Belichick. So I think Ditka, Phil, Ozzie, Quinville, Joe Madden, that holds a special place in Chicago's hearts because they've won, and it's not a town that's won a lot. So when you do win in Chicago, Mike Ditka is revered everywhere. I'm sure he hasn't paid for a lot of meals or drinks in his life, but he deserves it.
Ditka's Steakhouse, it is on fire. It could have my name on it and it'd be amazing. The fact that it has his name, it's even that much cooler. But I love Mike because of that. He's always been himself. He always coached the way that he wanted. He has won championship.
He's made a movie in Hollywood with Will Ferrell. It was great.
How about this one? I taken I don't know what football was. I was from Venezuela. They take me to the game.
What is this thing they call the big game?
Bro, I was behind Mike Ditka. That's when Peyton and all those big boys was here.
Sweetness.
I'm behind the bench. And I can hear the helmet hit each other. Like, oh my God, these stupid people. No, like you can hear the helmet. I mean, look, I got goosebumps. Hitting helmets, like, oh God, how they play. All of a sudden, something happening on the field. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, Mike Ditka grabbed his coach's
his headset.
And he started talking to the guy like, he almost eat him. He did that guy. And he cursed him out. And I got goosebumps and I go, is anytime, if Tony La Russa talk to me like that, I will beat the crap out of him.
You said, I'm so lucky Tony's my manager.
Yeah, because this man was like in his face, and the best thing he called him was calling everything. That's the reason I started learn
English.
Bad English.
Bad English, those bad
Bro,
words.
and he's like that. And I say, if my coach ever talked to me like that, we had a fight.
I also think that, I don't know why Chicago is synonymous with fiery coaches, whether that be Ozzy or Mike. They really love
And mustaches.
guys and mustaches. Everyone that won had a
Mustache.
stash. Everyone that won had a mustache.
Tony-
Granted, not the greatest one. I think
one.
if Tony grows one,
His
they
chains are
win,
better.
they win the World Series.
Tony should start growing one. No, but again, Dick, I love the fact that you're there because I look at like the history of it because you see Mike as a player. You're like, this guy's fiery. You've always been connected to him in the city throughout your career. You've known him. And then I love the fact that now you guys are older. Obviously, Mike's a little bit older than Ozzy. And you guys get to share that because he really appreciates anytime Mike's been able to sign with you, anything about the World Series, anything, he's been very happy for you that you were someone that he's known for so long and you were the one that got to win. So I think that's super cool.
By the way, when I talked to the White Sox about having this job, I was coaching the Marlins in the playoff against Cubs. My dinner was when I was talking with Jerry Reinsdorf. He was in my Dicka's restaurant.
Most people don't know it's one of Jerry's favorite spots.
By the way, I believe when Tony La Russa got hired or talking about it, it was in my Dicka restaurant. You was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was there, yes.
That's a long time before I got hired, but
Good
yes,
things
that's I think when
happen.
the conversations happen. But again, I love to honor Mike Ditka. He is our second Chicago celebrity, but
Take my hat to you, sir.
a Guillén family friend, his wife Diana. We've had great times with them. Obviously, always wish him the best and a lot of health. And we've been very, very lucky to be a part of his life and just be able to know him because obviously, who wouldn't love to know Mike Ditka? Okay, the number one question in Chicago, let's be honest, it's who's going to be week one quarterback? Is it going to be Andy Dalton or is it going to be Justin Fields? And I want the Guillén to give our perspective, including NFL analyst and inside expert Ozzy Guillén.
I don't want to respect any football players. I know Capo, I work with Capo. Who are they?
Ozzy does not,
for real.
Ozzy,
I'm
Ozzy does
making a
not
joke.
follow sports. He does
But
not know Josh
he'll
Allen.
watch a Bears playoff game or any Sunday.
I watch it, but I know not
we'll turn
nobody
the game
by
on.
name.
My prediction is that I wish that Justin Fields was getting thrown into the fire right away because the Bears aren't going to be that great. They won't win the division, I don't believe. And I have a prediction of 7-10. Ozzy is the biggest Bears fan in our family.
So I'm a huge Bears fan. I think that you got to take baby steps. I don't want to throw the kid into the fire. Obviously, everybody wants that. He's going to sell out of jerseys. Mr. Dalton is a great quarterback. I want to see what they have. I actually have him at 8-9, but anything can happen. But I love the fact that Ozzy's being honest. Everyone in Chicago thinks they know Justin. And Ozzy hasn't known it. He's been too busy with baseball, so he wants to go in there. But the question is, and we're going to go deep into it, is do you play the veteran guy or do you play the rookie guy? And we only know, they play week one and Justin wins, keep playing Justin. You play week one and Dalton wins, you keep playing Dalton. You play the hot hand. That's our take for the Bears. Coming up, we will go back 20 years ago and relive 9/11, a day no one will ever forget.
This is all we needed.
Oh my God, what more famous than anyone.
We're taking the W and bringing it home. Trust me.
Let's go meet the family.
I'm Julie Alexandria.
And I'm Jennifer Mercedes.
Between the two of us, we have over 2 decades of experience working in professional sports.
We're telling the stories of women who are at the top of their game in sports and business.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
General manager.
Welcome.
To the locker room.
¿Por qué será que a las muchachas les encanta tanto? Uno le gusta largo, uno le gusta corto. Rápido, porque ya nos vamos.
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? ¿Será que
And we're back with Being Guillén, and it's the time when we talk about what's going on around Chicago. White Sox, Cubs. I'm going to start off with my Cubbies. I'm going to say it, red hot Cubbies. They've won 7 in a row. They're on fire. David Ross is doing a great job. This is why. How hard is it to play when you know you're out of it? And they've stayed playing. So I love the fact that they're red hot. What do you guys take on that, on the Cubs doing that?
Well, Chris got to show the manager can have a job here for next year. And they're going to make all the stuff about the new kids they have. It's amazing what he does. Even starting the season, knowing they're going to make trades, because he know they're going to lose a couple of the players. And to keep those guys play out, good job. Plug for you because you made those guys play hard.
You know what? The Cubbies, it's great to see that people are still going to the stadium and having a good time. I have many friends that go to Cubs games and enjoy themselves because the weather has been great. The fact that they're hot even makes it even better. David Ross, the wins and losses, they go on his record. So why wouldn't they not go all out? And next year they're going to have new players. I feel like there's going to be teams coming into town that they can still impact the race, whether that be against the Cincinnati Reds, who are just right there in the second wild card spot. So it's great to see the Cubbies do good things.
You got to play spoiler, but again, another month for Jose Abreu. That is why everyone says, even though he might not win the MVP this year, he is this team's MVP. Jose Abreu, player of the month, and a guy who is higher in age is still playing day in and day out. This guy plays with his heart. He plays hard. And at a time where the White Sox have a lot of people on the IL, okay?
The IL.
Jose Abreu is still going in the uniform and playing every single day. For that, I tip my cap to Jose.
Brother, it's amazing what he does. Especially these guys go there every single day and perform the way he is. The reason he performed the way he is, just because Abreu play every day. These guys is be amazing. And you know, if you guys want to look up to somebody, with all my respect to all the White Sox players, everyone, if you kids, anybody in this city want to look up to a White Sox player, that's the kid, that's the man you got to look up to. That had to be your favorite player. And I know you guys like the swagger with TA. I know you like Moncada. But this guy, when you say, that's the guy I love, because Abreu play hard and plays his heart off.
You know what? This is going to be a little outrageous, but we do great takes. Is that I honestly think that Jose Abreu is having a better season this year than he did the year before. And last year, he was the MVP. I think what he's doing right now is he is the best player on the White Sox, the most productive. Because when TA goes down for 10, 15 days, he's gone down twice already. Jose is there. He's a guy that you can count on. He's as reliable as it comes in the American League. And he is an old school guy, meaning I don't want to be the DH. I get hurt or I get hit the next day. I'm still going to be in the lineup. You know how easy it is for Tony to be able to pencil in a guy every day and then you know what you're going to get? Professional hitter, unbelievable. Probably going to get his number retired because he's very beloved in the White Sox kingdom, and he's probably going to deserve it. I hope he has a good postseason, and I would hope that he still hasn't gotten far in the postseason, but it would be kind of cool to see them win the series and then see him
Celebrate
on the biggest stage because that's where stars are made.
I agree. I think Jose Abreu is a guy that deserves it, and this is why I believe that he's a man, again, a guy that plays day in and day out. For that, congratulations on your player of the month, and I think you're going to keep doing it, my friend.
Man.
Yeah.
Good job.
20 years ago, it's hard to believe, was the day that changed America forever. A day that I remember probably the biggest impact, anything that has not to do nothing with my life directly. 9/11, 2001, a day that I remember exactly where I was at that exact moment. A day that the sport that got to come back and show that America was at full strength, even though we knew we were hurting, was the game of Major League Baseball. That postseason was one, that World Series, that was remembered for one to come for many years. But baseball was a sport that actually came back and showed that our way of life was not going to be changed. I want to share with you guys, after 20 years, where we're currently at in our memories of where we were at that moment. I know that Ozzy, for you were actually in Florida because you came in on off day, but you guys were playing.
When he was coaching the Expos.
You were coaching the Expos.
Yeah, I was eating breakfast because we was waiting for my friend Ugi Urbina to make some decisions back in Florida. And all of a sudden I had a phone call from Orny. The TV is on? I said, yeah. Oh, something happened in the airplane. And he's trying to explain to me. I'm like, bro, I'm busy. I thought he was kidding. Then all of a sudden I had another phone call to pick my son Osney in the school because that happening. All of a sudden we turn the TV on, we see that stuff. And I feel so sick in my stomach after I see that. It's kind of a weird feeling, like, oh my God, what is this? All the song just keep going. But it's one day do not gonna forget. I might forget. By the way, I forgot twice when I got married.
Yeah, he goes
twice.
This guy,
I forgot.
This guy will forget his wedding anniversary.
I did
but
forget my wedding
never
anniversary.
forget what he was doing on that.
But I never forgot what happened that day.
It's a historic day. It's probably the most surreal thing that any of us will ever probably experience.
I hope.
Because obviously, I was in high school. We were young. Saw the second plane hit live. But what I remember most about that day is the unity. I don't think I've ever, and I'm not American. I'm a U.S. citizen now. But back then we weren't. I've never been more proud to be part of something. I remember the flag, and then I remember Bush coming out and throwing that first pitch in the World Series. It was historic. It was something great to be a part of. And it was kind of like you can hurt us, but you can't break us. And it was great to see everybody come together. And that's what America's about. People from different countries all coming together and sticking together. And that's what I remember most about it.
I got a couple of visions. The first team to come back is the Cardinals, and their Hall of Fame broadcaster
and Big Sammy
read a poem. And every team had kind of like they're coming back, because you got to remember this. A lot of people forget this. Players are human beings, okay? They had friends. They had families that were affected in New York. They had players that were in those cities that were calling friends. You know, everybody knew somebody in the city of New York. And again, the towers were there, but the whole city was in chaos, and you wanted to know where your loved ones were at. So for baseball to stop, which hasn't happened many times, and players then get to come back and be the first ones back, it was very heartfelt. And then one of my favorite images of all time, which I think is where baseball comes together with Latin America, is one of my favorite players of all time is Sammy Sosa running onto right field with the American flag, waving it. Here's a guy that's from Dominican Republic, you know, loves the United States, but takes that special moment of saying, we are here, we're here to support you, and the game is back. And that's where I think that the game of baseball and the unity it makes us special, the melting pot. And I think that 9/11 reminded us of that, unfortunately, with such a tragedy. But it reminds us that we're so fortunate that was 20 years ago. And something that when you think about it, you feel like it was yesterday. But the game of baseball has been there. There has been changes, but it's never been changes like that. I think that obviously God Bless America has been put into the mix again, something that never happened before 9/11. If you're a kid, you never knew that. Again, those things, and I think that this one, the 20-year anniversary, is going to be such a special one. So from here, it's something that we'll never forget, and those are memories from 9/11 20 years ago here on Being Guillén. Up next, we go back to 1985 for stories from Ozzy's rookie year. You will not be disappointed with his attitude or his mustache.
I was walking in, it's like, oh God, Pudge, Seaver, Baines, like, I'm gonna play with these guys. But I feel so uncomfortable because everybody look at me funny.
Believe it or not, I'm hungry.
That's the Dominican Fat Joe.
You know a good man when he does something for somebody that can't do nothing for him.
Gloria Estefan.
No, it's possible.
¿Por qué será que a las muchachas les encanta tanto? Uno le gusta largo, uno le gusta corto. Rápido, porque ya nos vamos.
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? ¿Será que...
Being Guillén is back, and back by popular demand is the Book of Ozzy. We take back a time in memory lane and we talk about Ozzy Guillén's career as a rookie. This one is, without again, no controversy in Chicago. Like always, Ozzy Guillén is traded for one of the biggest names in the game at the time, Lamar Hoyt. But that doesn't come with the White Sox media, the Chicago media, talking smack about the trade that Jerry Krause, Jerry Reinsdorf, and Tony La Russa wanted to make. So I wanted to go back in time when Ozzy gives a couple stories of when they picked up from the airport, the meeting that Tony had to have, because again, a lot of people weren't happy, from Carlton Fisk to the media. Again, we still know you only got to do is Google. Guys that have been talking about that this was not going to work. And again, probably the best trade of all time. Not only did this guy play for your team for 14 years, then the guy goes and wins a World Series. So I'm going to say, Mr. Jerry Krause, pretty good trade. But I want to go back, Ozzy. You land on the airplane, Sarasota, and they go pick you up. And you meet Chicken Willie for the first time.
It's funny because I come with you, Grandpa, Godfather Luis Salazar. Then we land in...
the studs are here.
We land in Bradenton, Florida. Oh my God. Bradenton, Florida. No gate, nothing. Plane, pick it up, go there. The car was parking next to the runway. Pick him up and Chicken Willie. You know, I see this big black man. Oh,
he said, "Where's he at? Where's he at?"
And other suddenly told Luis Salazar, said, "What happened with the Guillén kid? I'm waiting for him too." And like Luis Salazar go, "Huh? Yeah, the Guillén kid. They say Ozzy and Luis. That's him." And Chicken Willie go, "Oh, okay." I was like 102 pounds, 5'10".
No, not 100. You're 150 pounds. Let's just
No, I don't know. No,
legally, on the baseball card, it says 150 pounds.
All of a sudden, I come here, and Chicken Willie keep looking back in the mirror like, oh my God, we just trade this jockey?
For the bat boy.
We trade this jockey. All of a sudden, well, anything's over. Next day, I come to spring training, and I show up with the bag, and I was walking in. It's like, oh God, Pudge, Seaver, Baines, like, I'm going to play with this guy. But I feel so uncomfortable because everybody look at me funny. Like, what? We just, I know
well,
what
they get rid of their Cy Young.
Well, by the way, this is not Google time. Now
Right.
you're gonna make a trade. I can look up the kid, what he ate, how he slept, what he looked like in third grade. This is back then.
Who is this guy?
No one has seen him but Jerry Krause.
Oh,
I
by
don't
the
even
way,
Jerry's ever seen him.
Hey, this is a funny thing. In the scout report, is a switch hitter.
I just hit left
Then
handed.
all of a sudden, I was facing Floyd Bannister.
And you just hit
And I
left-handed.
hit left-handed. And Gene Lee like go, whoa, what happened here? Tony La Russa come to me go, why you know he righty? I said, I ain't hit right in 2 years.
Oh boy.
And that's what Tony said. Oh God, we thought we had to switch hitter. No, I like,
He said, I thought we didn't get what's advertised.
Yeah, I said-
what is going on?
I say, I know what's a switch hitter. I never was a switch hitter. I just hit right-hander to show in another
It's
side.
when you order
But-
something online and then it looks completely different when it arrives to your house.
Yes.
But luckily, obviously, Pudge goes on record. He's like, Scott Fletcher should be the shortstop. Then Ozzy starts taking the field, and they see the wizard of the American League doing what he does.
So I've talked to Greg Walker about it, and Greg Walker told me,
And
I said,
obviously-
how was it to see Ozzy? He said, we were very upset. He's like, I made comments in the paper, and before infield, I was like, Scott Fletcher, when you look at him in MLB rankings of all-time
pretty
shortstops,
good.
he's a very good defensive shortstop. So I said, who's this guy, Ozzy Guillén, whatever. So they start taking infield, outfield, and Greg Walker said within the first 5 ground balls of him getting the ball and throwing, he said, okay, I know why this guy is going to be the starting shortstop. So he had a lot to prove. Again, then you become co-captains with it. But I love the fact that even Tony back then, I want you to tell the fans what Tony, again, so Sevi Saval, you don't feel bad you're the only one. He was telling future Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk.
Well, they made comments and they made me, obviously, I never read. In English,
So the English-
little less. I didn't even know what's going on around the club.
Your teammates are talking bad about
Then
you.
all
in
of
the
a
paper.
sudden, we have a meeting. I sit there like, okay.
The meeting's about you. Oh,
The
okay.
meeting was about me. You go, I have a meeting. I just sit there like, I don't
Okay,
understand
you didn't have
nothing.
a translator or anything?
No,
they didn't have
translator.
translator.
I would
Then.
who are they talking about? They're talking about you.
And then all of a sudden, the meeting and Pudge say, Tony La Russa say a couple things. Obviously, by translating like a year later from Julio Cruz. And, I just sit there like Gucci see when I was talking, like, okay, what's happening? And Tony told Pudge, your job here is to catch. Worry about catching and hitting. Don't worry about what all decision was. And he went on and on.
Some bad words sprinkled in
then
there.
Then he say, bad word. I say, oh, it cursing. Another bad word. Oh, it cursing.
He goes, I know that one.
Not that one. Then it's over. Then Julio Cruz told me exactly what happened. I said, man, you know what? I don't care because I was there for like at least 15 minutes. They talking,
You know what
screaming.
this guy's thinking? He goes, these guys haven't even seen me play, and they're already talking.
Yeah, there
me.
was a,
Give me a chance.
Then Tom Seaver.
Give me a chance.
Tom Seaver and Harold Brink grabbed me like this.
We got you.
We got you, kid. Go on, play.
And then they said, please don't suck. And luckily, you won the American League Rookie of the Year.
Well, I
and
love
did
the fact
suck.
that, again, that sets us up perfectly for the more of the Ozzy stories, which I know the people are going to want to hear, is about the Tom Seaver, Harold Baines take Ozzy under the wing, which Ozzy thought was a great idea. I don't think that he thought later for the next 6 years
Yeah.
that it was such a great idea for her. But again, I love the fact that Tony La Russa has always kept a step. I love the fact that Ozzy, proved people wrong, because even back then, players were complaining about moves that they have no opinion about.
That
They
move
shouldn't.
worked out better for the White Sox
Oh,
than
I
it did the Padres.
I think it did. I think it was a great move. I'm not going to remind you guys of the Tatis move, but this could be the Tatis for the Padres. So it was a little bit of payback. Doing it for the gram. It's a week. This week's anniversary is the day that lives in infamy in the Guillén family. Ozzy Guillén moves to his new house in Homer Glen. and he gets a quick visit from the fire department. Mr. Ozzie Guillén turned on his chimney without knowing that the chimney was closed, and his new house was about to catch fire. What were you thinking?
Nothing. I just want to use it. You know what? I like the smell of the wood. That's it.
Obviously you do. You're going to burn your house down.
And all of a sudden, no, it wasn't. It was.
It was pretty bad. It was cloudy.
You were actually there.
I was there. The fire department. I was glad that I had life insurance. It flashed before my eyes. I said, "How is this actually happening?" He had been in his house for, I don't know, maybe a month. And he just decided to turn it on. Smoke. It's bad. The house smelled like smoke for a year and a half. So this is a day that we will never ever forget.
So the first day that Ozzie actually met the Homer Glen Fire Department for multiple times. They've been visiting him multiple times. So there's a couple anniversaries of Ozzie in his new home in Homer Glen actually dealing with the fire department, because Ozzie's not very good with the firing and lighting things up.
We don't have that in Venezuela.
It's still, it's called the manual.
It's called with the wood in Venezuela.
It's called Google. Again, the anniversary for doing it for the grand that lives in infamy of Ozzie, that one time that he was going to burn down his house, turning on his chimney. But that is it for us here on Being Guillén. Let us know. You guys have anything special going on this weekend?
You know what? I'm going to try to catch, because September 11th is such a great day, and I've never actually been at the ballpark. I'm going to try to catch the Red Sox-White Sox game on Saturday. Have a little fun. I know it's going to be good weather, so I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be fun seeing Alex Cora back. Maybe a playoff matchup there, whatever happens, if those teams are going to be playing up.
I'm working.
He's working.
Grandpa.
He's working in Grandpa, so thank you so much. See you guys next week here on Being Guillén. See you guys next week. Love you guys.